It's really early, but we're already up because we've got a long day ahead of us. We're doing something we don't normally do. We're taking a full day tour. It's called Slovenia in one day, and we're doing it with Slovenia Explorer. We're not really sure what to expect, but during the course of the day, we're told we're going to see a cave system, a castle, a lake, and another castle on a hill. We are at the Postojna Caves. All we know so far is it's a series of caves that culminates in some sort of castle. Predjama Castle or something like that. And we're now seated on a train. We don't know where we're going or what to expect really. But Sandra, our guide for the day, is meeting up with us after the tour.
So we do about 10 minutes on the train, then we get about a 5-kilometre walk, and then we get another 10 minutes on the train. So it takes about an hour and a half.
These caves are, I think, one of the longest caves in the world. She said they're 24 kilometers long. We're not walking 24 kilometers. We're walking like 5.
Unless they can carry it.
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
You know you got me going wild, and what I want is you. Could you come a little closer? I want you by my side, and I'll try the best I can to make you feel this way. Don't let me down, down, down. It could be you and I want you now, 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 now. Come let me hold you now. I wanna lay in your arms. Come let me love you now. Yeah, you're the one that I want. I wanna stay here. I wanna stay here with you. I wanna stay here with you.
Apparently this is called the Spaghetti Gallery because of the tiny little strings of stalactites that have been growing on the ceiling. And we just learned that it takes 100 years for a stalactite to grow 1 centimeter. And these are pretty long. So this cave is 3 million years old.
Tell me what you wanna do. Yeah, 'cause I'd do anything. I just wanna be with you.
This part is called the White Cave because of the large amount of pure limestone stalactites and stalagmites here.
It could be you and I want you now, 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 now. Don't let me hold you now.
This part is called the Red Gallery, mainly because of the large amounts of iron or ferrous oxide.
Bucket loads.
These curtain-like drapes on the walls are not curtains. They're still just limestone formations that have formed over time because of the incline of the cave and just how the river above us naturally kind of wears away at the stone. So they look really soft and supple, but they're actually made of stone.
Just come let me love you now. Yeah, you're the one that I want. I wanna stay here. I wanna stay here with you. I wanna stay here with you.
Now, the whole cave system is very vast. It's 24 kilometers long, and because of that, the outside does not affect the inside of the cave. The inside has its own microclimate, and the cave maintains its own temperature throughout the year. The same temperature, and it's 10 degrees Celsius in the summer and in the winter.
This is made of pure limestone. And it's very unusual that there are 2 big pillars of very differing colors. And that's because of the formations above. It just so happened that there was a large, I think he said manganese and iron deposit on top, as well as the pure limestone. They call this a diamond formation, or pure. We we saw the salamander, which can live for 10 years without food. And the way that it does that is that its heart beats only 2 times a minute, and it moves really slowly. And it's incredibly unique. This is the river that made the whole cave. And we go from the caves, just dark and, dreary and everything's pretty cold, to this amazing fairy tale castle. It's built in the rock, in a mountain.
Predjama means in front of the cave, but it refers to the village, not to the castle. So the castle got the name after the village.
So this is the Predjama Castle. It's not one of the fanciest looking castles or one of the most luxurious for sure, but it does have one cool thing going for it. It's actually built out of a cave. It's actually leaning on the cave. The cave is part of the castle, and the castle is now part of the cave.
And it's also leaning on the natural walls of the cave. When we go inside, we see how uncomfortable that is, because you've been through the caves now, and you know that in this time the walls are, there's always dripping, they're wet, it's humid, so...
There have been 3 families that have lived here. Only one has lived throughout the ages in it. And it's also famous because, like a Robin Hood type figure, holed up in this castle while he was fleeing the government. He was actually captured and imprisoned in the Ljubljana Castle, which we saw yesterday, and he fled here, and the soldiers tried to starve him, basically. But unknown to them, he had a secret stash. Well, he had a secret way to get food and water.
Somehow, Erasm lasted in this impregnable castle for a whole year without supplies of food and water, and he and his men even pelted the soldiers with cherries.
They take the dish and they pour the hot oil onto them down at the bottom. Yeah.
That's cool.
Deep fried enemy. Move over, Colonel Sanders.
They would pour it down here. Well, that's a pretty ingenious defense mechanism.
Were women that were dressing themselves in black. They were using cats. So they were actually, they were the ones who were making beer. So they had, of course, this granary. They needed cats to catch the mouse.
Oh, of course, yeah.
They were also using brooms. The broom was up. When the brewery was closed, the broom was down. But then later, men realized that how beer is an important business.
It's money.
So yes, so they started witch hunt.
Is that why they did it?
Yes.
Men.
Power. All the things men don't want to share in those days. Yeah.
Not even today. It's really difficult even for women.
Actually, it's really part of the castle.
The army attempted to starve Erasm out, but they didn't know that he could still get water due to the river constantly dripping into the cave and into these crevices where it could be collected.
Are you having fun playing dress up?
And I'd say without a doubt the most authentic castle we've been to.
Yeah.
You can really see how people lived in this.
Yeah.
So I would describe this as damp, wet and wonderful.
Damp, wet, and wonderful.
Yeah.
If you're wondering how Erasm survived without food, the answer is at the top of the castle. There were secret tunnels from the castle, through the caves, and out into the surrounding mountains. From there, he easily fed his people, and continued stealing from the rich.
The salamander only has to eat once every 10 years, and normally that's a wayward or a lost Asian tourist.
Oi. Look, it's a natural Christmas tree formation.
That must have taken millions of years to form.
At the very top of the castle, and my arm's tired.